Okay.
Because I want to take a picture for them. Hey guys, you want your picture taken with your phones? Greta and the rest of the gang, this is your phone.
Okay. Greta, just look to your left, please.
Is everyone in it?
Just a second. Two. You're going to let me take a picture after, right?
Yeah.
Can you take a vertical one too on the phone?
Okay. Carl, you're in the way.
No,
Sorry. You kind of need to squeeze. Right, guys, keep looking this way.
This way, guys.
2, 3, and I'll do it with this one. This one's locked.
Can you change places with the gentleman? It'd be better if you're in the middle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then let's take a small step towards. Can you go further away? Can I stand up? Want to swap?
Okay.
Hundreds flocked to London back in October to peacefully protest against an oil and gas conference. This peaceful demonstration aimed to highlight the terrible consequences of the everyday business of fossil corporations.
These corporations are destroying and destabilizing the climate and the biosphere and the very living conditions we humans depend on to survive. They have displaced and destroyed countless people's lives and livelihoods.
The same people have been and will now be more and more affected by the climate disaster created, literally fueled and profited by these corporations. These extreme weather events are already leading to famine, poverty and conflicts, and the destruction of not only invaluable ecosystem but also the entire countries and communities.
The changes that the science says are required to avoid the worst consequences of the climate crisis are not yet politically or legally possible in today's society. There are no laws to keep the carbon in the ground and to ensure dignified and safe lives for the present and future generations, putting these living conditions over profits.
Even though we are the ones standing here and climate, environmental and human rights activists all over the world are being prosecuted, sometimes convicted and given legal penalties for acting in line with science, we must remember who the real enemy is. What are we defending? Who are our laws meant to protect?
Laws are now threatening the right to protest and therefore all of people's rights all over the world, but especially in the most affected people and areas. The UN Special Rapporteur on Environmental Defenders himself recently penned a statement saying, states have a duty to facilitate the right to protest, and private entities and broader society may be expected to accept some level of disruption as a result of the exercise of this right.
The actual crime is committed by the very industries and companies we are acting against. This will still be true if the world locks up all climate activists. We have the truth on our side, and we have morality on our side. In this time, this will be revealed.
History's judgment against those who deliberately destroy and sacrifice the planet's resources at the expense of humanity, at the expense of all those who are suffering the consequences of the environmental and climate crisis already today, and at the expense of future generations, your own children and grandchildren, will not be gentle.
We will not give up. We know what is at stake. Thank you.
Thank you.
Other way, please.
Climate protest is not a crime.
Climate protest is not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime.
Protest is not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime. It's not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime. Climate protest is not a crime.
Shooting 5, 90 seconds.
Alright. Have you got any...
Chief, any medical conditions to you do?
Behind these closed doors at the Oil and Money Conference, spineless politicians are making deals and compromises with lobbyists from destructive industries, the fossil fuel industry. People all over the world are suffering and dying from the consequences of the climate crisis caused by these industries who we allow to meet with our politicians and have privileged access to.
Shell, Total, Saudi Aramco and Equinor.
The world is drowning in fossil fuels. Our hopes and dreams and lives are being washed away by a flood of greenwashing and lies. It has been clear for decades that the fossil fuel industries were well aware of the consequences of their business models. And yet they have done nothing. The opposite. They have actively delayed, distracted, and denied the causes of the climate crisis and spread doubt about their own engagement in it.
Equinor's oil, not ours. Despite
this is only the beginning of this fight, and we are going to stay and we are going to come back time and time again until we see real action. We cannot rely on politicians and the people in power to save us. They have proven time and time again that they always prioritize the fossil fuel industry and destructive industries above people.
Cancel the conference, it's not too late. To cancel the conference, it's not too late. To cancel, it's not too late. To cancel the conference, 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 it's not too late.